Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. That means that as a human being, there are certain things that human beings are entitled to outside of their physical being, just as their things of their physical are in being makes it possible for them to do what they do. Now, there are things that's necessary and required outside of them for that to continue, and that has been prepared for. All the resources of the earth that is used to do anything that man does has been given by a power you can't see, invisible power. Well, the ideas that men have had and are having reflect the way that the Spirit speaks to humankind and also alerts humankind that they have the wherewithal to engage themselves in the process of causing this manifestation from whatever we might call the highest level to whatever we might call the lowest level. But the power that speaks says that there is no level above or below another. They are all equal in importance. The baby finger just as important as the thumb. The baby toe just as big as the big toe. The left eye just as big and important as the right. I and you and we are all one. And this is the divine premise whereby we, my friends, are entitled to peace and prosperity and freedom and joy, happiness, our dreams, our needs, our wants, and our desires met without lying and cheating, without hating, without racism and bigotry, and all of the ugly things of life that we are so familiar with. And so I come to say to all of America, as I speak to all human beings everywhere, we might have justification and feel satisfied in all that we are, all that we have said and claimed to be. But in relationship to truth, in the words of a young man that was raised in Mississippi, that spoke the language about that which was around him, who communicated in a way that people could understand before he tried to change it to a way people can belittle and take down what you're trying to say. But what is being said that the human race ain't worth a shit in the light of truth. The pain and suffering exist in the world because of every last one of us, the rich and the poor. The poor takes it, the rich sticks it on them. But each does what each does with an understanding that there is no power beyond the power of the state, which will do anything to you for violating its rules, will even kill you who have no desire whatsoever to die unless you are forced to go into war. And that is to fight to live, kill to live. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that this political stuff that's going on is nothing but a sham. It's a big show. I don't know who's watching it. It must be some alien somewhere standing somewhere watching this show of some stark, as my great grandfather would say, naked, as my great grandmother would say, fools. Ladies and gentlemen, step back for a moment. Don't you know that as a human species, calling ourselves intelligent, have to be downright out of our minds if we ever think that an intelligent person would agree that the way we treat one another is anything above barbarian. Our brothers and sisters sleeping in the cold. Our brothers and sisters can't pay their bills. Our brothers and sisters stressing out trying to do several jobs just to be able to hold their heads up when they're with their friends. Ladies and gentlemen, no. You guys are out of your mind. Out of your mind. I'm telling you what I tell you. Now, you have accepted the fact that a man came to you and taught you that your lies and all your hatred and bigotry was proper. You've had it inside of you. He came to confirm that you were right. And you called him from God. What kind of God could he have come from? What kind of God can you represent? We all know, because we can see where we're headed, following that God. But I too come as a representative of a God, then this God loves you and tells you, if you turn away from this bull, if you stop gambling with your life, you know what it means by gambling? It means buying $100 worth of Powerball tickets, hoping that you win, and don't win a thing. Not so bad if you did it one time, but you're doing it all the time, and you never win it. Realize that there got to be another way. I come to tell you that there's another way. I just shared with you that all the resources are from God. I just shared with you that all human creation is from God. I just shared with you that the means of communication from God through the Spirit that also uses parts of your body like your mind, like your imagination, to introduce to the human world through you, whoever you might be, that which is being introduced as a gift, moving us on up, taking us someplace. You know where we're coming from. We've come from what some people say the horse and buggy to SpaceX. But we as a people, we still doing the same thing, fighting each other, raping and grabbing, dog eat dog. Who's the best? Who got this? I am the greatest. America is the greatest. We the greatest nation. We the greatest college. We everything that you got is the greatest. And every time you say you're the greatest, you're putting someone else down. You're putting yourself superior to others every time you use that expression. There's nothing wrong with you being great. Just say you're great. Why are you going to be the greatest? Compared to what and to whom? So, all of that is a part of what we have experienced as we have turned into this beast. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about. It's about recognizing that God is God. The resources are from God. You are the tools whereby God used to make all the stuff that we have and make it in such an abundance that everybody on earth, anybody that want to have access to it can. And we don't run out. As long as the resources here, as long as God provides the resources, we provide the labor or the joy of labor or the careers, because people have a desire for that, it is nothing for us to worry about. And if it's time for us to get rid of something, then something else will be introduced to replace it. If it's time for us to get rid of fossil fuel, something else will be introduced to make fossil fuel like, how were we on it for so long? This is a new future, ladies and gentlemen. This is the time when we build houses like we know they should be built. Houses that can withstand the wind. Not these toothpick houses that's standing up all across the country. A little wind come and then they go and flying all across everywhere. A little water come and they look like those toothpicks floating across some big lake. It's time we spend time doing the things that we do right, making sure that when we do research for medicine, we don't just not getting medicine. We're trying to get a cure, something to take whatever is ailing our brothers and sisters, get rid of it. We're not out here playing games. We're not trying to, the days of trying to make money is over. What we're trying to do now is to live and be joyous in our living. We ain't trying to be bigger than nobody. We just want to be as big as we can be. And that's all of us. Because without us, we lose. Ain't no such thing as black and white, men and women, straight and gay. We are all lovers of God. That's all our business is to do, is to love, not judge it, but let our living, let our walking speak for itself. Where there's a shortcoming, let it be cast against what you represent. And it can see its ugliness. You might not have to open your mouth, Poda. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'll just stop here just because I know I'll probably be back before this night is over. And I don't want to be too long, but I want to thank you so very much for giving me this your time. Again, the whole purpose of this is to let you know that there is a God to free you from this bondage so you can start smiling and having fun in life. Bye-bye.